The little frog in the bubbles. A little frog is hopping happily on the green grass. Suddenly, a bunch of balloons floats by. Oh no! The frog gets tangled in the balloon string and flies up into the sky. Peppa and Danny Dog are nearby. They see it and feel worried. They quickly run to tell Daddy Pig. Soon, Peppa, Danny Dog, and Daddy Pig fly up in a helicopter. They chase the balloons drifting high in the sky. Daddy Pig uses a net to catch the little frog, but it doesn't work. He tries again. This time, Daddy Pig climbs down a ladder hanging from the helicopter to get closer. At last, Daddy Pig rescues the little frog safely. The frog is no longer in danger. Peppa and Danny Dog gently pet the frog to help it feel calm. Daddy Pig smiles happily because he has done a good deed. What a fun and meaningful day!
A fun supermarket trip with Peppa and Mummy Pig. It is a lovely morning at Peppa's house. Mummy Pig opens the fridge and sees that many foods are gone. Today, Mummy Pig and Peppa go to the supermarket together. Mummy Pig prepares a shopping list with milk and vegetables. Peppa stands beside her and is happy to help. Mummy Pig and Peppa arrive at the supermarket. It is big, bright, and colorful. Peppa looks around and starts searching for the items. Peppa put carrots and cauliflower into the shopping cart for Mom. Peppa sees the laundry detergent, but... Ops! Peppa is out of reach! Finally, they arrive at the bakery section. Fresh bread smells nice. Mummy Pig and Peppa choose some bread and put it into the cart. Mummy Pig and Peppa go to the checkout counter. Peppa feels happy and proud to help. It has been a nice shopping trip.
Peppa Pig and the treasure in the dark cave. Yahoo! Bye!
Go, go, go!
Peppa Pig's new star home. Today, Peppa Pig and Daddy Pig are driving in their car. They are chatting happily together. Oh! The traffic light turns red. The car comes to a stop. Daddy Pig has an idea. He wants to buy a new house. Peppa Pig feels very excited and happily agrees. Soon the Peppa Pig family arrives at a very unusual house. It is shaped like a star. Mr. Raccoon comes out to greet them. He invites the family inside for a tour of the star-shaped house. In the living room, there are stars everywhere. Even the chair is shaped like a star. How interesting! Next is the kitchen. There are stars all around and even the table is star-shaped. In the bedroom, the walls are blue and filled with star patterns. It looks very beautiful. The next house is a square-shaped house. In the kitchen, everything is square. It looks very different from the star house before. In the living room, everything is square too. Even the sofa is square-shaped. How funny! Next is the bedroom. There are lots of square patterns. The room looks simple and neat. Wow! The next building looks like a castle! The living room is very grand. The bright yellow color shines beautifully. The sofa looks very soft and comfortable. Oh, the bedroom is also elegant and lovely. Peppa feels like a princess on the beautiful bed. Finally, the kitchen. Wow, everything looks shiny and luxurious. The Peppa Pig family really likes this house. Daddy Pig and Mummy Pig are having a little discussion. Hooray! This is Peppa Pig's new home! A day off at the beach. The Peppa family chose the beach as their relaxation spot. While Daddy and Mummy took advantage of the morning sun and a nap after a tiring work week, Peppa and George were engrossed in playing in the sand, creating an adorable sandcastle. The morning sky was beautiful. The Peppa family's lunch was simple, consisting of a few snacks they brought along, and they had lunch right on the beach. Daddy and Mummy were planning their afternoon activities, and Peppa seemed to be savoring the fresh air after lunch. In the late afternoon, after exploring the beach and going on a boat trip, the whole family decided to become real dancers. A speaker blasted loud music, and the dance moves began. Shake your hips, raise your arms, shake your hips, raise your arms. Rhythmic, rhythmic. Peppa creates so many unique dance moves. She looks amazing and adorable with the music. They could have been a famous dance group if they had debuted earlier, and this head-shaking, high-kicking, and quick-waving dance is something only the Peppa Pig family can do. A wonderful musical party with these adorable pigs. A surprise birthday party for Daddy Pig. It is a beautiful day. Daddy Pig is sitting comfortably and reading his favorite book. Inside the house, Mummy Pig is holding a shopping bag. Suddenly, there is a strange sound at the door. Mummy Pig opens the door. There is no one outside. Suddenly, a loud scream echoes outside the house. Daddy Pig quickly runs outside. Peppa and George follow right behind him. But something is very strange. There is only a bag on the ground. Mummy Pig has disappeared. They decide to follow the mysterious clues. Soon, the pig family car arrives at a tall mountain. The car stops in front of a dark cave. Daddy Pig, Peppa, and George carefully walk down the steps inside the cave. It is dark and a little spooky. Suddenly, Peppa and George stop walking. They smile at each other. Peppa and George quietly run back up the stairs, but Daddy Pig doesn't notice. He keeps walking deeper into the cave. Look over there. It's Grandpa Pig and Granny Pig. And there is Mummy Pig too. She is standing beside many colorful presents. Wow, there is a beautiful birthday cake. It is a birthday cake for Daddy Pig. Footsteps are coming. Quick, everyone hide. Daddy Pig walks into the cave. He looks around and sees the presents and balloons everywhere. Daddy Pig looks up and says, "Wow!" Boom! Confetti cannons explode. Everyone jumps out and shouts, "Surprise!" Peppa and George run to Daddy Pig happily. Daddy Pig blows out the candles. Fireworks sparkle in the sky. They are so beautiful. What a wonderful surprise birthday party for Daddy Pig. Unexpected incident at the lighthouse. At the big lighthouse by the sea, something funny is about to happen. Security guard Panda is running around in panic. Quickly, he hides inside a cabinet and starts calling for help. Suddenly, two spooky ghosts appear. Oh, wait a moment. It's Daddy Dog and Mr. Lion dressed up as ghosts, trying to scare Panda. Meanwhile, the police officers are already on their way. Their powerful helicopters are flying toward the lighthouse. At the same time, Peppa Pig's family is visiting the lighthouse. Wow! The lighthouse is very big and very tall. Soon, the police arrive. The officers climb down from the top of the lighthouse.
Yes, sir!
Daddy Dog looks around for a while. Then he walks down to the lower floor. Mr. Lion is discovered by Officer Rabbit. Everyone soon realizes it is only a funny costume. Suddenly, boom! The police officers quickly run downstairs. Downstairs, Peppa Pig and George are looking around. There are many big barrels in the room. Suddenly, Daddy Dog appears in front of Peppa and George. Peppa and George look carefully at Daddy Dog's spooky costume. The two children quickly run away. George pushes a big barrel toward Daddy Dog. Daddy Dog happily runs after them, but he trips over the barrel and falls down. Peppa and George finally discover Daddy Dog's funny costume. Just then, the police officers arrive. Everyone starts laughing. What a fun and exciting lighthouse visit! George turns into a giant! Tide is a bright morning at Peppa Pig's house. Daddy Pig turns off the television. Suddenly, ring ring! The phone is ringing. Daddy Pig answers the phone. It is Madame Gazelle. Something unusual has happened at the classroom. Daddy Pig calls Peppa. They quickly get into their car and drive to the school.
Huh?
Madame Gazelle is waiting in the classroom. Daddy Pig and Peppa arrive to see what happened. Wow! George has turned into a giant. George is now very big inside the classroom. When George moves, the whole classroom shakes a little. Freddy Fox and Susie Sheep hold onto George's hands. George gently lifts them high into the air. George is very strong. Dr. Dog arrives with a special medicine. George takes the medicine. George slowly shrinks smaller and smaller until he is back to normal again. It was a surprising day at school. George will never forget the day he became a giant.
Super spooky ghost train. It's Halloween night, and Peppa's family is going to ride the super spooky ghost train.
Ghost train.
At the station, everyone is ready. But the ghost train makes a funny sound. Woo! Everyone is ready for the Halloween ghost train. Woo! The pumpkins light up, and Peppa and her friends climb aboard with big smiles. The train chugs into the dark forest. Spooky sounds everywhere, but Peppa thinks it's funny. The ghost train sets off. Pumpkins glowing, wheels turning, and Peppa and her friends cheer with excitement. The ghost train rattles past the spooky house. Bats swoop, shadows flicker. The ghost train is full of laughter, candies, and friends. What a spooky, happy night! Eevee Pig learns to swim. Today, Peppa and her family are going swimming. Eevee Pig is coming too. Daddy Pig is blowing up the swim ring. Peppa jumps into the pool with a big splash. She's so happy dancing around in the water. George is swimming with his float. Splish, splash! He loves kicking in the water. Eevee Pig isn't sure about the water yet. With Daddy's help, Eevee Pig tries floating with a floaty. Eevee Pig is swimming! Everyone cheers! Splash, splash, splash! Mummy Pig gently shows Eevee how to kick her legs. Eevee tries. And she's smiling! Peppa loves the pool slide. She climbs up, ready to splash down. Eevee Pig has learned to swim. What a wonderful splashy day! Peppa's Dinosaur Park Adventure! Today, Peppa and her family are visiting the Dinosaur Park. Peppa's family is visiting the Dinosaur Museum. George is surprised, and Peppa is laughing with joy. Peppa's family discovers a special robot dinosaur. It can repeat everything you do. Yahoo! George tries a move. Wow! The robot dinosaur copies him exactly. Daddy Pig starts to dance happily. The robot dinosaur dances too. Peppa's family sees a giant dinosaur. It looks just like a giant slide. Peppa's family climbs up the dinosaur, then slides down together with joy. George slides down first, while Daddy Pig and Mummy Pig cheer happily. Peppa's family had a wonderful day at the Dinosaur Museum. They all laugh together and shout, "Peppa Pig!"
The best dad. In the morning, soft sunlight streamed through the window as Dad was busy sweeping the floor. Suddenly, the older sister came over and pointed at a picture on the wall that had tilted to one side, asking Dad to fix it. Dad smiled and picked up a hammer and a nail. In just a few minutes, the picture was hanging straight again, looking neat and perfect. The sister happily thanked him, and Dad gently patted her head. In the kitchen, Mum was cooking when thick smoke suddenly rose from the stove. Startled, she quickly called for Dad. Hearing her voice, Dad rushed in, turned off the gas. Mum let out a sigh of relief. Out in the yard, the little brother was playing with balloons when one slipped from his hands and floated high into the sky. He stood still, eyes welling up with tears. Dad quickly brought another balloon, carefully blew it up, and tied the string before handing it to him. The boy's face instantly lit up, and he hugged the new balloon as if it were a precious gift. Then came the day when Dad had to go on a business trip. The house suddenly felt quieter, and everyone missed him deeply. They found themselves talking about him and the little things he used to do for them. Finally, Dad returned, carrying a small gift box in his hands. The moment the door opened, the whole family rushed forward and wrapped him in a warm hug. Laughter filled the house, washing away all the longing. In that moment, everyone felt the same way. Dad truly was the best. The Vegetable Planting Contest. Morning. The backyard garden is filled with sunlight. The soil has been loosened and divided into 3 small beds. The older sister, the younger brother, and Dad stand side by side. Each of them holds a packet of seeds. They look at the garden beds, then they look at each other. Dad signals, "Start!" The younger brother tears open his seed packet, sprinkles the seeds wildly. Seeds scatter even outside the bed. The older sister sprinkles the seeds slowly, evenly, then gently covers them with soil using her hands. Dad sprinkles the seeds very seriously, measures the spacing, sows them one small pinch at a time. The younger brother grabs the watering can, waters with full force. Water splashes everywhere. The older sister steps aside, laughs. Dad waters just the right amount, nods in satisfaction. Quick scene change. A few days later. Another morning. All 3 rush out into the garden. The cabbages have sprouted. The older sister's bed, round, even cabbages, lush and green. Dad's bed, big cabbages, neatly lined up, very by the book. The younger brother's bed, cabbages, big and small mixed together, growing in crooked rows. Dad signals, time to harvest. The three bend down, pull out each cabbage. The older sister hugs her round cabbages, smiles. Dad lifts the biggest cabbage, nods proudly. The younger brother hugs a slightly small cabbage. Mum walks out from the house, looks at the three cabbages. She walks around, observes carefully. Mum points at the younger brother's cabbage. The younger brother's eyes widen. Then he jumps up happily. The older sister and Dad look at each other, burst out laughing.
The rampaging duck morning. The house is quiet. Sunlight streams through the window. The older sister sits on a chair, reading a book. The younger brother plays with a toy car on the floor. The car rolls back and forth. The back door is slightly open. A duck walks in from the yard. Its claws go tap-tap on the floor. The younger brother looks up, sees the duck, freezes. The older sister turns around, following her brother's gaze. A duck is inside the house. Before anyone can react, the duck jumps onto the chair, flapping its wings wildly. A cushion falls to the floor. The two siblings panic. They dodge and run in opposite directions. The duck jumps down, pecks at the toys. The toy car gets pushed and rolls away. The duck keeps running around the room. The room starts to descend into chaos. Mom runs out from the kitchen, sees the scene. Mom freezes, then holds her forehead. Dad runs in from the yard. Dad stops for a beat, looks at the duck, looks at the two kids. Dad rolls up his sleeves. Dad moves toward the duck. The duck startles, dashes in another direction. Dad chases after it. The duck runs around the table. Dad runs after it. The two siblings press against the wall, watching the chase. The duck jumps onto the sofa. Dad reaches, misses. The duck jumps down again, runs straight toward the back door. Dad speeds up, arms spread wide. The duck suddenly turns left. Dad almost slips, but manages to keep his balance. Dad turns his head, signals Mom to open the door. The back door is flung open. Dad herds the duck toward the door. The duck bolts outside. Dad shuts the door. The house goes quiet. Dad exhales deeply, hands on his hips. The two siblings look at each other, then burst out laughing.
The warm pair of glasses. 1. Peaceful morning, Dad began doing the housework. He swept the floor, wiped the furniture. After that, he went out to the garden to plant some new flowers to make the yard look brighter and fresher. But as he bent down to look at the tiny sprouts, everything suddenly seemed blurry. He squinted, blinked a few times and gently shook his head before telling Mom that his eyes were not as clear as they used to be. Hearing this, Mum paid close attention. That afternoon, she went to the shop and bought a new pair of glasses for Dad. When she got home, she handed him the small gift. One day, while Dad was fixing a wooden shelf, the glasses suddenly slipped from his hand and fell to the floor. Dad picked them up and saw that the frame was broken. Without his glasses, his vision became blurry again. He looked at the damaged glasses with disappointment and sadness. Seeing this, the older sister and little brother quickly came over. After a short discussion, they brought some glue and tape from the house, applied the glue and wrapped tape around the frame to hold it in place. After a while, the glasses were not as pretty as before, but they could be worn again. The two children proudly brought the repaired glasses to Dad. He put them on, adjusted them slightly, and smiled happily when everything became clear once more. Dad gently patted their heads and thanked them with all his heart.